Today at the State Fair, it is the 60th annual Kentucky Country Ham Breakfast.
The event brings together politicians, farmers, and business leaders to bid on an award-winning ham, and they bid a lot. Jim Stratman is live this morning at the fairgrounds before the breakfast begins. Jim.
As we talk a little bit about this ham breakfast, there's going to be a who's who of Kentucky people out here, including senators. The mayor's going to be out here, and even Miss Kentucky. Chapel Tinius is with me right now. Chapel, let's talk a little bit about this morning, because this is a big morning for you. You got a big responsibility coming up a little bit later on today.
It is. I am going to be the 25th Miss Kentucky to carry the ham.
Yeah.
I was talking to Heather French Henry. You know, she has the military exhibit here at the State Fair every year. She was like, I started that tradition. I was like, whoa, I didn't realize it was this far. Like, it had been 25 years since all of that happened. So it's really an honor to get to be a part of, and I'm really excited.
Now, it's a big ham. We've seen that ham a couple of times this morning. I think it weighs over 18 pounds. Like, you're going to be up there holding that ham for a while. I mean, are you ready for that responsibility?
I'm feeling ready. I've been doing my push-ups, my strength training, trying to make sure that I can hold that amount of weight. So I'm pretty excited about it.
But also, it is a great chance for you to be out there and kind of show off Miss Kentucky to everybody in this room, really show off what Miss Kentucky means to the state itself today.
It is. It's a very special time. You know, the job of Miss Kentucky is that we get to support and promote Kentucky Proud products. So this is a great way to showcase it, and it's a very unique opportunity for sure.
And you talk about showcasing. You have this fiddle right here, and Eric and Grace, I want to tell you, she is going to showcase some talent here. She is an amazing fiddle player. Chapel, I want to turn it on over to you. Wake us up a little bit this morning as we get ready for a ham breakfast.
Alrighty.
Also, that Miss Kentucky is an actual position under the Department of Agriculture, so she is an ambassador of agriculture, the agriculture industry in Kentucky. So it is actually a very big position.
Well, there you go, Jim, Chapel, thank you both so much. There is a lot going on at the fair today. The Kentucky Farm Bureau is also hosting a gospel music showcase, and rock band Everclear is playing with Marcy Playground. You can check out what else is going on by texting FAIR to the number on your screen. We'll send our full guide right to your phone.
It is 5 minutes after 6 now. Steve Lawson, one of 3 suspects in the Crystal Rogers case, is expected to face a judge today in Nelson County. It's his first hearing without his old attorney and his first hearing with his new attorney. You might remember he fired his previous attorney earlier this month. He accused attorney Ted Lavette of working against him during his last court hearing on August the 18th. And the prosecutor in the case echoed his concerns, saying her team noticed some problematic practices and how motions were being written. The judge asked for a public defender to be ready to represent Lawson for today's hearing. Lawson's son, Joseph, another suspect in the case, is also due in court. The hearing for both men starts at 1:30. WHAS11's Shay McAllister will be in Nelson County today, leading our coverage as she's done for 10 years now. You can see her full reports from court starting today at 4 o'clock.
Survivors of domestic violence are calling on Kentucky lawmakers to change the emergency protective order process. It comes after a man fatally shot his girlfriend outside a courthouse in Elizabethtown this week. Yesterday, survivors and advocates united with loved ones to remember 37-year-old Erica Riley. Riley was shot and killed Monday before attending a hearing for an emergency protective order. Among the attendees of yesterday's vigil was domestic violence advocate Georgia Hensley. She says last year nearly 1,500 protective orders were filed in Kentucky, but more than 600 of them were denied.
And so that we can do better and better and better and make more change. And we're going to take the change on the road, and we're going to take it to Frankfurt.
Other people were shot in the incident Monday, including Riley's mother. She also died, and the other victim remains in stable condition, according to police. The suspect, 46-year-old Christopher Elder, died a day later in the hospital after shooting himself during an hours-long standoff with law enforcement.
New documents are revealing what was found inside a New Albany funeral home currently under investigation by the Indiana Attorney General. The details trace back to the embalming room of Spring Valley Funeral Home. State inspectors say they found cremated remains of 15 people who died before 2024 and 6 large containers of medical waste. The current owner, Trevor Lytle, claims the previous owner, Anthony Oxidine, left those containers.
Why are those still there?
Anthony brought those back from Louisville, saying that they were New Albany cases. So I intend to get those all back to their families instead of count on him to do it.
The documents also say Oxidine, who does not have an active funeral director license in Indiana, lives in an apartment above the facility and has full access to the funeral home. In a phone call on Wednesday, Oxidine told us he no longer lives in the upstairs room and knows nothing about the investigation.
Ford Motor Company is scaling back its electric vehicle production, but says Kentucky will remain a critical part of its EV strategy. The company now says it'll no longer build fully electric SUVs because of battery costs. Instead, it'll focus on making 2 new electric pickup trucks and a new commercial van. The vehicles will be produced in Ohio and Tennessee. This comes as the company is planning 2 EV battery plants in Glendale, Kentucky. One plant is scheduled to open in 2025. The other has been delayed. Ford CEO Jim Farley says these plants will remain a critical supplier as the company plans new launches.